This is exactly why you put yourself under so much pressure as a tennis player. So as a tennis player, you play on a court. Now in your mind, I want you to turn that into an actual court of law. And you're on trial, you're in the dock. And your opponent is the barrister that's cross-referencing you, okay, or the lawyer. The people watching, they are the witnesses, and they're also the jury as well. And the umpire is the judge. And ironically, you play on a court. So every time you make a shot, especially a bad shot, you're kind of being cross-examined. You're being judged, and different judgments are being made every time you play a bad shot. So that what you're creating is evidence for people to make these judgments. But ultimately, it's you that makes the judgment as well. It's just the expectation of everybody else's judgments weighing your expectation. So that's a great metaphor for why you build pressure when you're actually playing. And the more you play, so game by game, set by set, there's more evidence appearing to solidify this accusation, if you want to call it that. This judgment, this self-judgment, that everybody can agree with. So what you're actually doing is just producing more evidence of why you're not playing well, or you haven't got the talent, or the other player's better. And the more pressure that appears, the more evidence, the more pressure, the worse you tend to play, because now you're trying to fix it. Okay, so and that's like getting cross-examined by this barrister. They're putting more pressure on you. They sense your weakness. They're playing better. It's picking them up. You know, it's lifting them. So they start to apply more pressure, which is more evidence, which is more cross-examination, which is you not sticking to your story. And now everybody can make these judgments, and you're feeling that. You can feel these people watching you. You're not getting the calls you thought you would have got. Everything starts to fall apart. So this is what creates real pressure when you go out there and play. So it's not so bad on the practice ground. That's the big distinction. When you're actually playing, there's a huge difference. You're in this courtroom, getting cross-examined, needing to find evidence, and you haven't got. There's plenty of evidence coming in against you. There's not so much to support your story, to corroborate it. And you haven't got that many witnesses on your side, or it doesn't feel like it. Okay. So how can you turn this to work in your favor? Well, you've got to do some deep work on your mindset. That's the first thing. You've got to approach the game differently to make it not feel like a court, like a trial. You're on trial. And there's a number of ways if you can do that, but we'll do that in another video. What I want to talk about is, so there's going to be more pressure. So you go away from this game. Let's say you've lost the game, and you go and find, let's say you go and find another coach. You think, right, I need another coach to help me with my techniques, my practice, my serves, all that stuff. So you find someone else you think's better than the last one. You practice longer hours. You practice against stronger opponents. You eat better. You exercise better. You get someone to work on your nutrition. You get someone to work on your physical workouts, and everything should be better. So, and that's what you should be doing anyway. But if you haven't dealt with the pressure properly, this is what tends to happen. This adds more pressure because now you're under more expectation to perform better, because you think, I put in the work, I didn't perform last time, so I put in more work and effort, and off you go. And then you get to the next game and it's the same. So now all you've done is added more pressure because there's more expectation to do better. You've done all this extra work, and if you go away from this game and change things again and try to put in more, it's adding even more pressure because you think there's not much more I can do. I've done everything. I've upped my game in practice, and now it's still not happening for me. There's even more pressure, and you start working on your shots, trying to fix your physical mechanics in the game, and that just adds even more pressure because it's not the place to do it. You're just feeling judged even more, and then it just snowballs from that. There, you got to work on the mindset. There's ways of doing that. It's not the scope of this video, but we will work on it in another video and see how you can change. And of course, you can change. So if you like this video, definitely watch more. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and subscribe.